In Uganda are micro and small enterprises. Each year, dozens of firms start up, yet many of them fail only after a few years. However, experts believe that these companies are the ones that can transform Uganda. Rona Nahabwe, Business Today, Smart 24 TV.
Week, and this particular report is regarding it's the second day of third term reporting for the final year in terms of the academic year. But the low turn-up of learners for the academic year has left school heads and proprietors worried about the numbers, especially those who are reporting directly, which translates into low revenues, which many of them are relying on for running schools. And Naomi Mutumba brings more in this report.
According to the Ministry of Education and Sports, 5th September 2022 was the official day for schools to reopen after students took 1 month off for holidays. Although it is only the second day of learning, school administrators argue that this is not the time to celebrate because the majority of students have not yet returned to class. Despite this, they still remain hopeful. They contend that the low number of students who show up for class each day results in poor revenues, which many of them rely on to maintain the schools.
Also worried of the current situation, economic situation, because we are not on our own island, we are in Uganda, and the economy dictates a lot. This is a challenging term, third term, where we have UNEB exams, where we have promotion exams for senior 3, senior 3, 5, and other classes. So we believe it's not going to be easy on the side of managers, but as always, a manager has to find a way.
NAP has not been so big, it is still small. Yeah.
What could be the problem?
Problem is with parents, they don't have money now.
Turn up is not so bad. We have received quite a number of students in all classes, and we assume by the end of this week, all know the economic situation in the country. So our parents are still struggling to get fees, to get school requirements. But I know, and we have hopes, towards the end of this week, all our learners will be with us.
The current economic situation in the country has caused some of the schools to hike their tuition fees by at least 10% from the normal tuition that was paid the previous 2 terms.
Being a small increment in our fees to cater for the needs. To cater for the needs, as we all know, things are now increasing day and night.
Just something small. It was not too big. It was very small, like 50,000.
So currently, how much do they pay and how much were they paying? For example, the Form 1.
Form 1s recently they were paying 280, now they are paying 300. An increment of 20,000 for the day scholars and boarders, 600, now 650. An increment of 50,000.
Smart 24 TV spoke to several students who shared expectations for their promotional term.
New term, we expect a lot. First of all, we expect to perform well by the end of this year. And secondly, maybe we expect to be promoted to other classes.
Really, sometimes expect to always find like some new changes in our school. When we report back to school, I literally think that sometimes I'll find newcomers, yeah? You know those newcomers. I'll get new friends. I'll add on what I have, what I've gained in the holidays. I'll come and bring it to the school, and I see what we can literally I can combine them together and then like try to make something better.
I expect my teachers to be handling us in time, giving us what we are supposed to be having, in that it can help us to pass our UNEB, since we are only having, I think, 1 month and like some I think 1 week. So the only thing that we need, our teachers to discover what can easily make us pass our exam as we are soon doing.
Expectation is very good because this term is very serious. The last term we are going to the next classes, experiencing new things as we go at a higher level in our academics.
Apart from the candidate classes, other students will be at school for 14 weeks of the term until the 9th of December 2022. Naomi Mtumba, Business Today, Smart 24 TV.
Brings back fresh memories of my last year in high school. Well, away from that, this weekend, the annual Uganda-UK Trade Summit will be happening. And along with a few cabinet members, President Museveni is scheduled to attend the UK Business Summit in London. Now, this summit will take place on Saturday, 10th of September, this weekend, and a range of investment-related topics will be covered, allowing Ugandans to invest in the United Kingdom. In an interview with Smart 24 TV, the spokesperson of the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Dennis Obo, highlighted some of the chances that the Minister, Judith Nabakoba, would present at the summit. Sir Samuel Kirimunda with the report.
The Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development is anticipating additional investment opportunities to support the second private sector competitiveness project, which will be followed by an additional financial assistance from the World Bank under the Competitiveness and Enterprise Development Project. The National Lands Information System is estimated to have a total cost of $65 million, including the development of ancillary infrastructure and buildings. In accordance with the Government of Uganda policy, the Uganda National Lands Information System was created, and it has significantly improved accountability and service delivery in terms of speed, security, and efficiency. A total revenue has thus far reached above $114 million.
UK Convention, the ministry is going to be represented by our minister, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Judith Nabakova. And the opportunities that she'll be speaking about are basically three. One, from an IT perspective, we have our land information system in place. It captures only three tenure systems, the Milo, the freehold and the leaseholds. So we are looking at opportunities. She'll be exploring opportunities to see how we can partner or get investment opportunities, to see how we bring on board the customary tenure system. Of course, it is at sub-county level, and it is customary as the name applies. And here we issue certificates of customary ownership. We also have communal land associations. It is important that we also get this on board under the land information system. So we shall be exploring opportunities where we can come to build on those investments.
Dennis Obo added that they have a higher hopes for the UK summit, and they advised the public to get ready to engage with and connect with investors for advancement of Ugandan economy.
Uganda Land Owners Association, so that we work as a partnership. Ultimately, what we are looking at is not just to get titles, but to make sure that we put these titles to use to be able to generate wealth for the owners and also for those people who they have partnered with, the investors.
He argues that the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development has profited more from the prior Uganda-UK summits.
The previous ones, our ministers have moved and tried to move or talk about the issue of land tenure security, and this has been achieved. Now, building on that, we are seeing that as we move, our needs as a ministry change, and also the needs of those out there wanting to come to the country also keep changing. So we are looking at moving away now from land tenure security to moving into areas of property investments, real estate investment, infrastructure development, to build on what we started before in these summits. And it is my hope that we should be able to achieve this when our ministers do come back.
The Ugandan Convention, UK, encourages investment and trade between Uganda and the United Kingdom, aiming to strengthen economic ties between the UK and Uganda, including the East African Community. Samuel Kirimunda, reporting for Smart 24 TV, Business Today.
All right, now we look at the role of cybersecurity in digital marketing. The first step in any digital marketing strategy is to protect your website. An unprotected or improperly configured website might be a simple target for the hackers. A crucial component of maintaining a digital market is protection from cyber threats. A website that is not properly configured and maintained may be easily compromised by cyber criminals. Martha Nimsima has this report.
Switch to the schematics.
Cybersecurity is the protection of information systems, networks, and other technologies from damage, theft, and unauthorized access. Some of the cyber crimes we have website snooping, IoT hacking, ransomware, malware, and very many others. In the digital space, very many activities are carried out. For example, digital marketing. Digital marketing is affected by these cyber crimes. As a business expert out there, one should know that cybersecurity must be a first thing to have in your businesses, to have a good protection. Today we share with some experts who tell us more about cybersecurity. The potential of a data leak must be considered by everyone who works online. For a marketer that works online, this is especially true. Digital marketing must prioritize cybersecurity. An entire website is frequently under the scrutiny of a digital marketer. Therefore, if they are not vigilant enough to see an online danger, the website may financially collapse. If your website is hacked or compromised in any way, users won't be able to access all or parts of their website. It may result in financial losses, damage to your reputation, and regulatory fines. In an interview with Innocent Kawoya, CEO of High People, he emphasized more
of the digital space, especially for digital marketing purposes, should be keen about is making sure they walk through a stage of assessing every kind of information they find on the internet. In order to ensure that we grow the trust and confidence of every kind of user, as the providers of services like e-commerce services and organizations that are providing digital services should all invest in creating awareness for everyone to appreciate and understand the approaches for making sure that the cyberspace we are introducing the users to is safe and secure for every kind of user. This means that the businesses, the regulators, government, donors, and everyone that is interested in making sure we achieve digital inclusion promotes and contributes to budgets of promoting awareness for creating a secure and a trusted digital space.
To get information on how to secure their accusation of their digital addresses, people should look for organizations that support inclusiveness.
Still a few people that can be trusted and organizations. Look for those organizations. I mean, for instance, High People has for the last 18 years been advocating for inclusion. We are out there and open to supporting some people, sometimes it's been free of charge. I mean, with information, you are setting up a company, we can tell you the steps of actually acquiring your digital address securely. And keep it like you keep your life and your money.
One should make sure the system is secure and encrypted. They should perform system audits in their logins to track who uses the system and what they do on it. And they should make sure that the passwords are encrypted according to Smart 24 TV's discussion with Kansime Hamza, CEO Trinscroft Technologies.
To ensure your system is so secure, it's encrypted. Then we do system auditing, that's in logins. You need to understand the sessions. Why I say sessions, one is a company or an organization must ensure that at any moment, whoever accesses their system, they can understand who. Those are in logins. We try to monitor who accessed what, who did which process on the system, what transaction happened at this time. So as a system administrator, you must ensure there are those measures in place, that at any moment, if I'm an administrator of a given system, and an employee tries to access the administration panel, I should be able to understand that this is so-and-so who has accessed the system. So in case of any manipulation, I can easily trace who did what. So in my opinion, I think those systems are secure, the Jumia stuff. But what we need to ensure is now, how do we protect from vulnerabilities outside? That we always monitor those sessions, who has access to what. Then we need to ensure that our passwords are normally changed. Then the other thing, let's not look at the Jumia part, we look at the client's end. If it's a client, let's always ensure that their passwords are always encrypted. As a person in Jumia, as an administrator, I shouldn't be able to view the client's password at any moment. In basic times we could use, there are some methods we use to encrypt those passwords that they are not visible. It's only the client that knows the password and no one in an organization. Why we normally do that is to avoid instances that I might act as a client and order something.
When it comes to privacy, digital marketers should exercise extreme vigilance in the face of rapidly expanding digital markets. The alteration of data by online criminals can damage a company's reputation. Martha Nimsima, Smart 24 TV, driving business.
All right, now let's look at bag business. As despite the wealth made, several industries are regarded as opulent, like the bag industry, due to the fact that the majority of them are imported into the country. Now, this significantly increases the country's revenue. Today, we evaluate the importance of the bag industry in terms of dependability, profitability, and what is needed to operate one. Have more in this report.
The COVID-19 pandemic had a detrimental effect on bags and baggage in 2020 as the current value and volume sales fell. Although growth in the bag and baggage market is anticipated for 2022, a complete recovery is not anticipated. According to one of the handbag importers, the majority of high-quality bags originate from China, Dubai, Turkey, and Hong Kong, and they come in a variety of materials such as leather, cotton, and plastics. He also notes variable taxation, which has an impact on the business and some of the tax determinants.
Taxes are not constant. Remember, we pay in dollars. As the dollar rises, the taxes also increase. When they are charging the taxes, they base on the values you bought the item. They check the value and quality. Remember, you have to pay tax to the nation, so this can't stop you from trading.
Smart 24 TV spoke with a few customers that deal in suitcase, and they displayed various types of bags and their costs. They described how COVID-19 pandemic left all businesses in a terrible position and forced several to close. They also described how they are recovering from the pandemic.
The bags which majority of Ugandans use is Panasol, which costed 28,000 before, but now costing 35,000. Another one is Power Enevas, which was 60,000 and now costing 80,000. Things changed and customers are no longer purchasing like before. For example, if somebody used to sell 3 cartons, now it's not possible. We used to have a market outside Uganda, for example in Tanzania and Congo, but mainly Congolese used to buy these items, but the turn-up is low due to the pandemic.
Design Nambiro, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.
Continues, but we do take a short break. We return with more. Stick around.
Smart 24, driving business.
Bulu magic is my joy. Ono bulu magic wange. Ayo Talaba kumabala atukuza nonyirira okirako enyange tayisa bubi fabriki kyonna kyekiri kigwa lwa bulu magic is my choice. Ono bulu magic choice. Ono blue magic, ye wange.
Shashura resimu y'ekiroto cyawe mpora mpora.